Hi, everyone. Welcome today, April 28th. Angela and myself are so happy and excited to be here with y'all. Please make sure that you have somewhere to write down everything that we're going to be learning today. Hi, Angela. Welcome.
Hi, thank you, Cynthia. Welcome, everybody, to our last webinar for the month of April. Today, we're going to have our spotlight be the St. John's Wort and Bergamot bath foam and just the idea of immersion baths and their benefits in general. For business tools, we're going to talk a little bit about the stress-free life certification, just a few quick trivia questions to see how we're doing on that. I know many of you have already been certified, but if you haven't completed that wellness event guide certification, this is a great time to do it. And we'll go over a few of those questions as just quick trivia today during our webinar. For prospecting, we're going to look at practicing with the virtual needs cards. And for our tech tip, we're going to talk about how to automate messaging from your social media content directly to people who are interacting with it using a chatbot called ManyChat. So today we're going to talk about the St. John's Wort and Bergamot bath foam. Let me know in the chat, do you already own this? Have you used it before? It has a wonderful aroma that's kind of citrusy and light. Rave reviews from all of my customers who own this product, that it really improves their mood and just smells great. Their kids love it. They love how it feels on their skin. So this is something that we talk about a lot with just the idea of immersion baths, with aromatherapy baths, hydrotherapy, etc. So when you're talking about this concept of taking those 20 minutes to really enjoy an immersion bath with the right essential oils, the right extracts that are going to help detoxify your skin, they're going to help improve your mood, reduce tension, ease anxiety, soothe discomfort and joint pain, things like that. Even this is great for respiratory symptoms. If you are, coughing and have all this congestion, an immersion bath is one of the few things that actually makes you feel better for a while, right? Like that really helps clear all that up. And it also is going to help soothe skin irritation with all the extra emollients and things that are included in our bath foams. So specifically with the St. John's Wort and Bergamot bath foam, we have St. John's Wort is one of the key ingredients. It's a really balancing ingredient that's going to help with pain relief and things like that. And then we have bergamot, which is obviously mood lifting, but also calming. So this is part of our stress-free life set, right? This product is built into reducing stress, improving our mood, and dealing with all those things that we go through during the day. It's a great add-on to a bedtime routine, can be used with our other bath essences as well. And so this bath foam has gentle cleaning properties that are derived from coconut. So when you're taking a bath with this, I mean, some people even use this as like a shower gel, but it is also going to help cleanse, as well as the aromatherapy benefits. It can be used with essential oils and other bath essences. And it has that foaming action. So once you put a capful in your bath, as the tap water is coming out, it will foam. You get really good foam. Kids love that. But it also just kind of gives us that like spa-like experience. And it really has a light, sweet citrus aroma that is loved by many and an easy one to get your kids into as well. So for an adult bath, you would use 1 to 2 tablespoons in a warm bath and soak 15 to 20 minutes. You can also put this in your shower if you just plug the drain, and you can use it in your shower as well. I know a lot of families don't really have a bathtub, so this can be something that you absorb its benefits through your feet in the shower as well. This is part of the stress-free life set, like I said, so this could be used in combination with the Melissa Bath Essence. We also have Gardenia Nights in that set, Anti-Stress, Lavender, and Harmony. Just a few little numbers to remember as we're talking about the stress-free life set these last few days of April. So make sure that you are familiar with the stress-free life wellness event guide, and that combines directly with this set. So if you're using that for your demonstrations and your workshops, you can use this set to get all of those products, the key products that are mentioned in that guide, into the hands of your customers with one-click shopping. So if you were to buy this set for regular retail price, it would be $240 worth of products. With the April promotion, it's $180, which means that it also gets your customers qualified for the free shipping this month. And that's $60 in savings. And they get this complete set that's really going to help meet all of those needs for reducing stress, getting a better night's rest, and things like that. For us as consultants, if you don't own these products or if you need a refill on them, remember the consultant price is about $135. And since the retail value is $180, you are going to qualify for free shipping when you order this at the consultant price. So you're getting about 6 products. When you look at the consultant price for that, for us as consultants, it ends up being about $22.50 per product, which is a great deal, especially when we're talking bath essences and things like that. So this is a really good set to own if you don't already. This is one of our top, one of our main topics that as we demonstrate these products with our customers, they really feel the effects, especially if they have a high stress load or are having trouble sleeping, etc. So just keep that in mind if you are trying to meet a certain sales goal. Maybe you have 0 sales this month, things like that. Or you're just looking for a new way to present this topic of reducing stress and promoting relaxation. Make sure that you get that set if you haven't done so already this month. So if you're looking for some more information to help you feel like an expert as you're talking about the Bergamot bath foam and the idea of immersion baths, remember that we do have some used materials in your consultant manual, like the full book of consultant manuals that have all the product manuals and a lot of other topics in it. This comes with our new consultant kit. It's one of the links that we have with that. So we have multiple pages in there. Pages 10 and 11 talk about hydrotherapy, and that's something that you can pull information from a lot as you create content about our bath products. And also the manual pages that include the information about the key ingredients, the major benefits, the primary uses and suggestion, as well as opening questions for us as consultants to use as we broach these topics with our potential customers. That is also found in that same guide. So if you haven't opened this in a while, go into your app and into resources, and your very first folder is for new consultants. Just go into the business kit materials and you can find the product manual for consultants. This is our book with all of the information and all the product manuals for everything in the line. So you can go in there and find that information on hydrotherapy tips as well as the St. John's Wort bath foam product manual as well. Any questions about how to find that? It's probably something that you really studied when you first became a consultant, but sometimes it's nice to open it back up. It has great information to help us create content and to boost our workshops, etc. And it already has that wording set up for us from the company. Okay. All right, so that is available for you if you need it. We're going to be using the St. John's Wort and Bergamot bath foam as our consultant challenge this week. So we are going to obviously be going in and getting a direct product link for this product. We're already familiar with that process. We go into our website, we click on shop, we look up the product, we grab the URL from the top, right? Make sure that that is updated in your link tree for this month. You might have the stress-free life set linked there, but you might also have some of these products linked individually, like anti-stress, Melissa bath essence, this bath foam, etc. So make sure that that link is available in your link tree, and that is updated in your Instagram and all those places where we're mentioning it. Okay. So what you're going to do with that direct product link this week is you're going to just create a simple reel that it could be a clip that literally takes you 3 seconds to record. And then you're going to have just a short clip with some text that is going to engage your audience. And then you're going to describe the benefits of immersion bath, aromatherapy bath, this specific bath foam, however you decide to approach it. You're going to have a quick reel that directs people into the description. They're going to read the description and learn more about it. And you're going to have a call to action for them to then go into your bio, click on your link tree and shop. Okay, so here's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to record a short lifestyle clip related to anything with stress or baths or aromatherapy, things like that. So in mine, I'm going to show you an example. It's just me, like on my couch. It's like, it's been a long day. And I'm talking about how to stop just binge watching TV and do something in 20 minutes that actually helps reset and help you feel better, right? So all I'm doing is I'm sitting on my couch and I'm going to point down towards the description in my video, and it's just calling my customers to say, if you have this need, I'm going to try to hook your attention, and then I want you to read the description about it later. So in that description, I'm going to talk about immersion bath benefits in general. I a lot of times don't even mention mention the product because I want them to ask about it, or I want them to talk to me about the need before they shop. But you can choose to mention the specific product or leave a little bit of mystery there. And then have that call to action where you're sending them to the link tree in your bio, and or you're asking them to follow you and send you a message, etc., so that they're doing something with the information. So what you're going to be doing is something like this. I'll show you my example here. And I did have music on it and it wasn't showing up, but so on the video clip, it says, it's just me on my couch. I am stopping my binge watching and I'm turning, and it says POV, you stop binging reality TV and realize 20 minutes of this actually makes you feel human again. And I'm pointing down to the description. So that's my hook to say, okay, if you're a person who tends to just binge watch and not feel any better, try this instead. And they're like, I wonder what it is. They go in, they click to read more of my description. And then I have more information. They click more. It says just 1 20-minute aromatherapy bath with the right essential oils can. And then all of this information, it comes from those guides I was just showing you. I didn't have to make this up. I used those guides to give me that information. I just typed it up so that it would look nice in my description. Detoxify, improve your mood, relax tension, reduce anxiety. All of this comes from the product manual. And then I have a call to action, follow and DM or shop the link in my bio. I give them something specific to do. I add a few relative hashtags and I am done. This took me approximately 5 minutes total by doing a short clip that just engaged my audience, by using my used resources to write a quick description. I didn't even have to make it up. I just had to rework it a little bit so that it looked nice in my description. I had to give them a call to action. I had to add a few hashtags and I was done. I had a high quality post that can engage my audience in 5 minutes or less. So this is what we want you to try to do today. Make a short clip that directs them to the description. In the description, you talk about immersion bath and its benefits, or the bath foam and its benefits. Give them a specific call to action, and you're done. Okay, so go ahead and push yourself to try a new kind of reel today, or in these next couple days, and make sure that you send that to Cesar so that he knows that you have done it. And you can it can be a screenshot or it can be like a little video cast like I did, but just make sure you show him that you did do it, and he will usually send you a little something special for making that effort to try something new. Any questions about what to do, how to create that quick little reel? Notice the video is super short. It's basically something with a hook phrase that directs them to your description. Okay. All right. Let me know if you have any questions about that. But keep it simple. This is a way to keep up your reels and your content in a time-effective way that hooks your audience's attention and then gives them more information in the description. Okay. All right. So for business tools today, we want to talk about the Stress-Free Life Guide and its certification. So if you haven't finished that certification yet, please do so this month. This is the perfect time to do it. I'm just going to pull up, those certification quizzes are usually 10 to 20 questions. They're just these simple little formats of multiple choice questions that you answer. We're going to do a few of them together. Just let's see how fast we can type in the chat. Here's one of the questions you would see on the certification. Which aroma does the Stress-Free Life Guide recommend to diffuse in the space during this wellness event? Let's see if we remember. If you do, or at least take an educated guess in the chat. What do you think? What aroma does the Stress-Free Life Guide recommend that we diffuse in our space? Let me know in the chat. What do you think? Is it bergamot? Is it lavender? Is it rosemary? Is it eucalyptus, or is it peppermint? Yes, Maisha's got it, lavender. So that's one of the first questions, right? So it's asking us to diffuse lavender. That's our recommended essential oil in our diffuser for that in-person wellness event. All right, anti-stress is a blend of how many essential oils? 11, 15, 17, or 31? Let us know in the chat. How many oils are in our anti-stress blend? Good, Lisa's got it, 15, great. So a blend of 15 essential oils. We do have 31 essential oils in 31 herbal oil, right? That one's different. Okay, last question for today. Which stress relief product would you most likely recommend to someone who suffers from skin allergies, eczema, and also has trouble falling asleep? Anti-stress, lavender, harmony, St. John's wort, Melissa bath essence, or gardenia nights. Notice these are all of our products that are found in the stress-free life set. What would you recommend to someone who has skin irritation, eczema, tends to get kind of like bumpy skin, little skin allergies to lots of things? This is like our people who are allergic to dogs and cats. If they pet one, they'll get little hives. This product helps, but it's also going to promote more restful sleep. Can you let me know in the chat? What would you answer on this one on the certification quiz? All right. Yes, it is lavender. So that's one of those that has those dermatological and emotional benefits to help us get restful sleep. Yes, perfect. Awesome. So those questions are very simple. You look through the guide, you answer those questions, and you are able to get certified. You just have to have 80, it's usually 80% or more correct on those quizzes. Otherwise, you just have to take them again. So a very simple process. Make sure you're keeping up with those. And you get those certifications. Like some of our consultants even print them out and have them with them when they do like a wellness event in their community, something like that. They can put their little certification out for the different topics, which just helps build our credibility as well. So perfect. Thank you for participating in that. All right. So for our prospecting tip today, remember how we've been talking about the virtual needs cards and how we can go into our app and we can just hop into the little needs cards button. We can fill in our information as the consultant. We can choose, for sending it to an individual customer or spa guests, etc. We choose a topic like love and care, or in this case, it would be stress-free life. We copy a link and send off an invitation for someone to complete a little questionnaire. And then we as consultants get an email that says, oh, someone filled out your needs cards. And then we get kind of like a list of all the needs cards that they clicked on that apply to them. So this is a really easy way to start a prospecting conversation with someone that you've met via social media, someone who you've been talking to about use, but they're not really sure where to start yet. This is a great way to get this conversation going. So what we're going to do today is we are actually going to complete the stress-free life virtual needs cards. So go ahead and you can use the device that you're on, or you could take out a separate device. If you have a second device, you can pull up your camera and scan that QR code to open up the virtual needs cards. We're going to pretend Cesar is our consultant. We're going to send him our results. Or you can always just type in this little bit.ly link, this shortened bit.ly link. I can add that in the chat for you as well. Here, let me pull this up. But we want you to actually complete the survey and send it off to Cesar. So pretend you're the customer. It just helps us be more familiar with what this looks like for when we are asking someone else to do it. Here, I'll get the link and I will send it in the chat as well if anyone needs it. Okay. Does it make the link live for us in there? It looks like maybe not. So go ahead and give it a click, see if it works. Okay. Okay, we are going to go in, pretend we are customers. Cesar is our consultant who has sent us this, and we're just going to click on any of the needs cards that apply to us, okay? Let me know thank you, Cynthia. I don't know why the bit.ly isn't linking, maybe because I'm co-host, I'm not sure. Okay, so we're going to click on any of the cards that apply to us. And we'll see the little check marks on there. And then once you are done, and notice how this is going to look different based on what topic you choose to send out. We're going to fill in our information down at the bottom, pretending we're the customer again. Accept terms and conditions, and then click submit. to send that off. So go ahead and complete the survey. Now, I want you to take a minute and just reflect on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being really easy and 10 being really hard. How difficult was it to complete that survey? What would you say? Let me know in the chat. 1 being really easy, 10 being really hard. How complicated was that process for you? Apparently my Bitly wasn't working, so that made it a little more complicated, but. And this is a link that you can get for yourself. Don't share this link to your customers because Cesar will get the information, right? Where this link is directly linked to Cesar as the consultant. But if you get your own link out of your consultant app, it will include your consultant number, and you'll put in your consultant name and email there so that it will send it back to you. Okay. And then you'll generate your link so that you get the results. So very simple procedure, right? You do get those results back and you just use them as a way to start a conversation. So when like my most recent customer who sent this back to me, I said, oh, I noticed that you have a lot of sensitive skin issues. Do you tend to have more sensitive skin issues on your face or on your body, et cetera? And we could kind of narrow it down to like what her top needs were so I could give her good recommendations. It's a really cool way to get started with that. All right, any questions? Make sure you finish that survey and send it off to Cesar. He might have a special little surprise for you for participating. Thank you, thank you. Okay, perfect. And then we're going to move on to the last thing that we want to work on today, which is our tech tip. So we're just going to take a minute to reflect. Those of you who participate in social media, maybe you're on Instagram or on Facebook are 2 places where I see this a lot. How are top influencers on Instagram and Facebook, for example, getting you to interact with their content currently? This is a trend that I've noticed a lot that we're going to be talking about today. What are some things you notice? Are they sending you to their bio? Are they including a bit.ly for you? Are they doing paid ads where you can click and shop? What kinds of things are you seeing? There's kind of been a new shift in social media. I want to see if you've noticed it. Let me know in the chat. Have you noticed that a lot of people are asking you to comment a specific word on their reels or on their lives and things like that? And then if they'll say, okay, if you're interested, they're going to talk about something in the reel. If you need this, like type, stress in the comments, and then you type stress and you post it, and you get an automated message back that says, hey, I hear we're talking about stress. Here's a link to my freebie resource, or here's a link to whatever product I was talking about. Here's a link. So it's this new trend that influencers are using to reach out to their public in a more automated way. So it's by using something that's called a chat bot. So it's an automated messenger that you can program to say, okay, on this post on my social media, if someone comments this little word, it's usually 7 characters or less, something just simple and short. If someone comments this word, then I want you to send them this message, right? It's a beautiful thing. It simplifies our work mode so much. And it makes all of our content get us that step closer to a sale, right? So it's something really simple. You give a specific call to action. It's easy to do, not a lot of clicking involved. Just comment this word, and then we can set it up so that our chat bot sends out a specific message talking about the topic and giving a direct product link in our case, right? Right into their inbox so that they can shop. So this is a really cool thing that you'll notice is like the top way that people are building their income generation on social media right now. But it takes a little bit of learning and a little bit of setup. And when I say a little bit of setup, I mean kind of a lot of bit of setup. So I need you to bear with me. This is a really cool thing that we're going to be able to do to set up a chatbot called ManyChat to send automated messages for us in Instagram and Facebook. And it's going to help us do lots of different things. It's going to help us send out information to people when they comment on a post or on a reel, when they reply to our stories, if they go into our bio on our profile, if they tag us in one of their own stories, if they send us a direct message, if they are clicking on links. It can help us with ads. It can help by people can comment on a live and get sent information right to their inbox. And we can also use broadcast channels, which you've probably noticed a lot of influencers using right now too, where they have just like a chat, like a broadcast channel where you can join it. And then they just send out information almost daily where people aren't writing in the chat. It's not like a group chat, but they just send out a broadcast list to their followers on a regular basis. So there's lots of different strategies that we can use this chatbot for. But it takes us a little minute to get it set up. So when we set up ManyChat, we have to start by going into our Instagram account. So those of you who are with me, I'm going to put a couple of resources in the chat just so that you don't feel like you're rushing. This is something that is newer for me too. This is something that I am just starting to explore in my own social media content. Let's see. I'm going to get you all of the links that you need in the chat, just so that you don't feel like you have to rush, okay? So here I have a lot of little windows open for us here. Okay, so this first one is the YouTube tutorial that will walk us through everything, but it's kind of like all the information. We're not going to do this all in one day. Let's see. Cynthia, I might have you do it if you can. For some reason, my webinar chat is like frozen. I'm going to try one more time. Like it won't let me copy and paste the link in there for some reason.
Okay,
Is it frozen for you or is it doing okay?
Let me try it.
Okay. Even closing it out and stuff, it's not letting me put the link in there for some reason.
The YouTube link?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And there's also another one. This is actually, the other link is linked in the description on the YouTube video, so that's okay too. But I just want you guys to have this because this, you can go through at your own pace whenever you'd like. We're going to take it a little bit at a time in each webinar, but I just want you to have that available for those of you who are ready to just like get started right away. Or if you have questions later, you'll have that resource there in the chat. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so yeah, mine is just frozen for some reason. So we're just going to do a couple of the first steps today, and then we're going to be coming back to this a little at a time until we get it all set up and can start implementing it for our business. So the first step that we're going to do is open up our Instagram app. We'll just get our first few steps done today. And make sure that you're on a device, not on a desktop, because if you're on a desktop, you won't get all of the options that you need for this setup, okay? So follow along with me. Let me know if you need me to slow down in any part of this, but just open up your Instagram and go into your business or creator account that you use for Yoast. Okay. And when we're in our account, remember you can just click on your profile picture to switch in between your personal account and your business or creator account. And what we'll do there is go up to the menu, those three little lines on the top right-hand side. And that will open up our settings. And we'll have to scroll down a little bit and find this part that's like how others can interact with you, it's called. And you'll click on messages and story replies. We have to go into that setting to turn on some permissions for outside apps, for third-party apps to work with our Instagram account. So you'll go into messages and story replies, and then message requests. And once you're inside that screen, just make sure where it says connected tools, it should say allow access to messages, and that should be toggled on. I'm going to give you a minute. Let me know in the chat when you're done with that first step. Any questions? Take a screenshot if you feel like you need to review that later as well. Those are the simple steps. Let me know if yours looks a little different. So mine is a creator account. Sometimes if you're on a business account, it looks slightly different. But either way, we're going into our settings and going into our messaging options and just making sure that that connected tools is toggled on. Okay. All right. The next step that we're going to do is just making sure that your Instagram and Facebook accounts are linked. Even if you don't post to Facebook very often, you do need the accounts linked for some of the verification things that we need with third-party apps. So even if you're like, I don't really post to Facebook much, that's okay, but still do this process so that they are connected. So in order to do this step, we go into our Facebook account and switch over into your creator account. A lot of you probably have like a page or like a business page that would be your Facebook account for your business. If you haven't made one yet, go ahead and create one using the new business page experience. But here I'm just going into my business account on Facebook, and I go into settings and privacy and the settings that go along with those. So I just click on my little, I have my account open. I click on my little face down there at the bottom. I open up settings and privacy settings. And then you'll see under permissions, there's a section that says linked accounts. And Instagram and WhatsApp should be there as options. So mine already says connected because mine is already connected. But if yours isn't, you will click on Instagram and be able to connect it from there. Okay. So that's kind of our homework for tonight, is to make sure that you have your account set up on Instagram and Facebook. If you get stuck, reach out to me or Cynthia or Cesar. We're happy to help. You can also Google how to set up a business page on Facebook and things like that. And there's lots of tools out there to help you with that. Make sure that you toggle those little connection permissions in Instagram, and make sure that your Instagram and Facebook accounts are linked. Those are two key steps in the beginning of the process of setting up a chat bot. We will take some more time next week and in following weeks to get the rest of everything set up, because it's a little bit of a process to make sure that everything works correctly. And then we'll learn how to start putting it to use in our used business. Any questions at this point that you can think of? All right, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Let's see. All right, and we're going to follow up with our call to action for now, and we will come back to that topic a little bit at a time, just in small pieces until we're able to implement it, okay? So our homework for this week, please create that short reel with information about the bath foam or immersion bath in general, and keep that information in the description. Make sure you have a call to action telling people to go to your bio and check out your link tree, or to follow and DM you, things like that. Make sure you're asking them to do something specific. Make sure you complete the virtual needs cards, and they will get submitted to Cesar. And also make sure you complete the Stress-Free Life Guide certification if you haven't done so already. And please start working on those first two steps of creating your ManyChat account. We haven't even gone into ManyChat yet because there's so many little things that we have to make sure that are toggled on. So just make sure that you have your Instagram permissions set up like I showed you, and that the two accounts are linked. And again, if you haven't set up those accounts yet, now would be the time to do so. We don't want you to miss out on this opportunity to really reach a lot of people and get those direct product links out really quickly in an automated way. And as always, we're working on selling $500 or more in products or sets this month to become a pro consultant, and to earn all the other incentives that go along with that. Any questions? Go ahead and grab a screenshot of that to add to your to-do list of ways to keep pushing your business forward, to keep building your skills and reaching new people. You can do it. Don't be afraid. Chatbot might sound a little scary, but we can absolutely do it, every single one of you. And man, it just brings us up to that next level of content creators that really reach a lot of people and get lots of engagement on the posts that we work so hard to create. Okay. All right. So remember that each week we want to try something new. We want to do a little more than the last week. We want to keep growing and meeting new people, and sharing all of our expert knowledge that we have about Yeast and its products. And so those of you who are joining us for the replay, thank you so much for joining us for this quick little chat and getting up to date. Those of you who are here with us live, please stay tuned for a few time-sensitive reminders. Thanks so much, everyone.